Hello everyone, this is the Sage of Calidor to you with another video, and today I'm going to talk about a new DLC coming out for Warhammer 2 Total War, the Warden and the Paunch. The trailer came out a couple of days ago. Personally, I find it's awesome. I encourage you all to take a look at it for yourself. The link will be down in the description below. Aware this is a little bit late, but I will say I showed extraordinary self-control with this because I did not look at any other videos except for the trailer and the info for the Total War blog and the Steam page. I encourage you to take a look at everything down below. I give credit to Warhammer Wiki for the pictures and the data for what I'm going to say. So let's get started. Today we're going to talk about Warden the Paunch and the man, the myth, the legend, Eltharion the Grim. And I have to say, as far as High Elf Legendary Lords go, I think he looks very awesome. I think he might be one of my favorite Legendary Lords. I mean, he looks pretty awesome. I cannot say more than that. So, Eltharion the Grim commands Yevurus against Grom, and it appears he is not involved in the Vortex race, but instead pitted against his eternal nemesis on a collision course to a final climactic encounter where only one can emerge the victor. I will let you know ahead of time I'm not covering orcs. Might cover Grimgore later, but not covering orcs in this video. But there are plenty of other videos that, channels that are doing that. So anyway, this sounds like something to the equivalent of the Hunter and the Beast between Nakai the Wanderer and Marcus Wolfheart. So we have Yevurus being a playable faction, and we're going to get new units like Arcane Phoenix, War Lions, and Silver Ring Guard. Let's see what's going to be about this. And it appears we're going to be getting, they're going to be in the Eye of the Vortex and Mortal Empires. And for the free content, we are getting the Lord of Dragons himself, Prince Emmerich. Hooray! I have to admit, next to Tyrion, my first favorite lord was Emmerich because I love dragons. And this is going to be awesome. Additionally, there will be a free mount to download via Total War Access. I think it's Griffins. So yes, we got quite a bit. Emmerich's going to be joining us, and Calidor is going to be a playable faction. This is going to be interesting. I will explain this more in a video dedicated to Emmerich somewhere in the future. But yeah, I think the Griffin is going to be the next mount, and there are two reasons for that. One, Eltharion rides a Griffin, and two, well, there is another reason, but we'll get down to it later. So, unique faction mechanics. I apologize ahead of time for butchering the pronunciation. Athel Tamarha. It's Eltharion's base of operations. It appears you have to rebuild it over time. Eltharion has a Warden's Cage where he can capture enemy heroes and lords in battle, and they can be used for interrogation and you can gain useful information and other benefits. It appears you get influence as well. It appears there are several building chains that improve defense. The Mist of Everus. It enhances your troops as the game if you progressively make it. It appears it's a mix of the Sandstorm from Tomb Kings, and it looks like something equivalent to the Ever Queen's ability with the Defense of Ulthuan ability. You know, I have a guess that since it helps you, I think maybe you have something like Vanguard deployment as well for your entire faction if they're in affected areas. Defense of Everus starts as a damaged state until it builds up. I think this is something similar to the Ever Queen's mechanic, but it's more more aggressive. A new right invocation of Ladriel. She's the elven goddess of the mists. Very appropriate. Altharion for now new units and characters. We got Altharion, the Grim. He looks awesome on top of a griffin named Stormwing. He wields a spear and a sword. Defensive focus abilities, excellent at holding firm battle lines, and he has access to magic. So we're going to have a dual-wielding fighter magic lord. I suppose a more defensive version of Malekith. Oh man, this is going to be cool. I mean, Tyrion is awesome, but he doesn't have as much magic. But can you imagine a magic-wielding defensive guy with high defenses that can use weapons? He can use a spear and a sword. I wouldn't be surprised if he has something like anti-infantry, anti-large mechanic. Oh, that's going to be fun. We're going to get an archmage for a lord. Greatest practitioners of magic within mortal realms. High elf players have access to all 8 core winds of magic and lore of high magic to choose from. Ideal for those who prefer a more magic-focused play style. Well, I will say we talked about that in my previous video. Glad we're getting that in. That's going to be fun. And for new units, we're going to get Rangers. You might be surprised. Sorry. You might be surprised to hear that, but Rangers do pop up in the High Elf Warhammer lore. In a few books, it shows the Warden. Altharion has some Rangers he uses to help him out. So, yeah. They are there. They're not in the units, the tabletop units, but they are there. Silvering Guard, heavy spear unit for high elves, so very elite defensive tier unit. Warline is a trace. Fearsome beasts are deadly hunting cats. A lion chariot of trace, so war lions, like your white lion guys, are going to be on a chariot pulled by war lions. Oh, can you imagine? There is this lord called Alistair the White Lion. You have white lions. War lions are trace. Lion chariot of trace. Can you imagine how fun that would be in an entire white lion focus army? And I can tell you this. The high elves need this. They at least have an anti-dwarf unit. Lion chariots of trace. Armor piercing. And chariots. 2 things that dwarves do not like. Oh, this is going to be fun to watch. and arcane phoenixes, cloaked in majestic and fearsome creature with a wingspan as great as the mighty war eagles of the high elves, so like great eagles at least. Blazing feathers that can turn the sharpest arrow, a living embodiment of the destructive and purging wind of Akishi. So we got another phoenix. So let's take a look at some of these units. War Lions of Trace. Anyone who knows Warhammer Online, you can play as a White Lion, and you have a War Lion as a companion to help you out and fight you. And fight along with you. And I think this is a callback to that. Lion Chariots, I actually have a unit myself. Arcane Phoenix, do they exist? Well, actually, they do. These powerful phoenixes are considered embodiments of Asurian, the elven creator god and the chief god of the elven pantheon, and they are seen as his messengers. So we can imagine these guys are going to be very powerful and very strong. Silvering Guard, well, I got this image. I do not feel like copying and pasting because that would have taken a long time, so I posted the entire picture. But again, credit of all these goes to the respective sites they come from. I will post the link to the sites down below, not to these articles, but you can look at them yourself. Even though they show up during the end times volumes, it appears these guys have a history of um, being in the High Elf lore. So anyway, Silvering Guard tasks with defending Waystones. So those are magical stones that protect Ulthuan. So I'm looking at it like these are going to be better spearmen that can hold the line, may have magical resistance, but we'll see what happens. So we're also going to get exclusive units, Eltharion's Mistwalkers, and they are the Skyhawks, Sentinels of Astari, Spire Guard of Tor-Yurvis, Althel Tamar-Ha Faithbearers, Knights of Tor Gaval. Let's take a look at them. The Skyhawks are never wary of battle, always stand ready to fight to the death. Sentinels, former training partners to the Warden himself. Spire Guard, an honor guard of the Warden's tower. Faith Bearers, these guys once served the household of Eltharion's late father. Their guilt over the master's death drove them to fight to reclaim their valor. Knights of Tor Gavel, thanks to the challenge of training these guys in their murky homeland, the Knights of Tor Gavel are rightly said to be among the most talented of wingmen in all Ulthuan. Bit of backstory. Warden the Paunch attacked Yavaris when Eltharion was campaigning in Nagaroth and his father was killed in battle, and that is a whole bit of the rivalry. Like, Eltharion came back, drove Grom back, and beat him badly. Ever since then, Eltharion hates greenskins for that, which can't really blame him for that. And so many of the survivors feel guilt over what happens, and they want to reclaim their valor. My guess is a lot ran, which on one hand is understandable, but on the other hand, this is a people who's back against a wall. If they don't do everything they should, they're all going to die. So let's see how these guys look. So the Mistwalkers are actually an army color you can use. This is from Heraldry and Color, the High Elf book for a unit for heraldry for painters. You could have a Mistwalker's army. So Skyhawks, Mistwalkers, stand ready to fight to the death if necessary. So we're going to get an elite archer unit. I am surprised. I thought there were something else, but we'll see what happens. So we got an archer unit. Sentinels of Astari. They're, again, Mistwalkers. The very company which had honed Altharion's skills as a youth. So we got another archer unit. And Honor Guard of the Warden of Toriaveres. Here is the Spire Guard of Toriaveres, another archer unit. So we're going to get 3 archer units, and my guess is they are going to be rather powerful, stubborn archers. That's my guess. Ethel Tamarha Faith Bearers. Moranion, Altharion's father, perished in Grom's destruction. Not all of the household were slain. A few elves, their courage overcome by the size of the wall, escaped, leaving their home to its fate. These elves soon reclaimed their valor, but they blamed themselves for Altharion's father's death, and since then they fought at his side, hoping to erase their guilt for their father by offering service to the son. So I think we're going to have an unbreakable spearman unit. Knights of Tor Gavel. Thanks to the challenge of traveling in the murky homeland, Knights of Tor Gavel, rightly said to be among the most talented of wingmen in all of Ulthuan. Yeveret is full of a mist, so it makes flying difficult, but for those that can fly, they are among the best ever, and these knights ride griffins, eagles, and sky cutters from Lothern. I will tell you this, because some of these guys ride griffins, that is why I strongly believe griffins are going to be included as a unit, as a mount choice. And this is the reason behind it. And I think this is great because the Dark Elves have the Raven Heralds, a flying, I think they are repeater crossbows, or no, they're Dark Rider unit. And the Wood Elves have Warhawk Riders. Right, so that's it. Let's see what else we have. So for regiments of renown, Talons of Tor Kalidia, archers, light armor, elite archer unit of Kaldor, who serve an elite archer unit that serves the Prince of Calador. They made an appearance in the end times, but yep, so we're going to have an elite archer unit. I guess one that does extra damage and one that's probably so. The next regiment of renown, we got Rahagra's Pride, fabled father of the lions. They're war lions, so we're gonna get a special unit of kitties. Omen of Asurian, the regiment of renown for the Arcane Phoenix, like I mentioned. Companions of Asurian, the creator. So we'll see what happens. I have to admit, I'm kind of surprised and a little bit sad we did not get to see Lothern's Sky Cutters. I at first thought we might have a preview of them because when I saw the Skyhawks, I thought they were the birds that pulled the Sky Cutters. But then when I did some research, I discovered that they are swift feather rocks. Maybe we'll see them again. Maybe hypothetically they could be the mount option, but we'll see. Anyway, those are my thoughts for the Warden and the Paunch. Thank you for watching this. This is the Sage of Calidor. Please like, subscribe, share, and check out all the links below that I described. See you later. Bye.